Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right. Let's see what energy is coming in for Capricorn here. What's going on with Cappy? Page of Pentacles. That one and this one. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. We have Page of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Three of Swords. All right. We have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see it, kind of see it. I feel, for some reason, like the card that I'm really focusing on is the Three of Swords, and I feel this sense of loss, and I feel like you're holding on to something. I feel like someone hurt you, or someone let go, or someone did something and it's really bothering you and you feel let down. And I feel like it's someone that you had opened the doors to and that you were relying on them, you were counting on them for something. And you were really vested in this relationship. I'm not sure if it's a friend, a family member, a partner, something to do with work. But I feel like you were really let down. And I feel like it's kind of created all of these swords around you. And maybe you feel stabbed in the back. And I just feel like somebody showed you their true self. And for some reason, I feel like you're kind of mad at yourself, or you're upset with yourself for not, I feel like you saw the red flags and you ignored them. Because I feel like this is someone I feel like you really wanted to believe this person, and that you didn't want to believe that they were this way. And I feel like you're at a beginning and it's a positive one, but you're not seeing that because you're kind of working through this here. But I also feel like this is something for you to let go of. But I also feel like it's very important that you don't shut down, and that you don't, I just feel like this is like a big message coming through, is that it's very important that you don't shut down and not give other people opportunities, and that you don't get so upset with yourself that you're like, fine, I don't want to have any friends. I don't want to have any relationships. I don't want to give anyone else a try. Like, you don't shut down. For some reason, that's like really coming through, because I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, that to me that represents kind of taking yourself out of a situation, like just going off on your own, which is okay to process things, but I feel like not in a shutdown, because I feel like that's kind of what you want to do, is you're like, fine, then I'm just not going to talk to anybody. I'm not going to give anyone else a chance. And I can understand that, definitely. But I feel like you have to see this as an opportunity for you to learn a lot about yourself with that coin that's coming into the hand. And even though this is something that's really tough for you, that you've had to go through, I feel like it's something that is kind of realizing within yourself that if you feel red flags and you don't feel right about something, that and it's like, sometimes we just want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it's okay to do that, but I kind of feel like you had a strong feeling that it was something that, like, I feel like you kept ignoring red flags. with this situation. And then I feel like this person kind of finally showed you who they are. And that's definitely a tough one, right? Because it's like, it's kind of like you put your eggs all in one basket and like all of the eggs broke. And you're like, oh, why did I do that, right? But this is how you make lemonade out of lemons, right? Yeah. And this is how you take control of the situation and you turn things around. Okay? See this as an opportunity and a learning lesson for yourself. Those literally came flying out. It's time for you to stand up for yourself, right? It's, yeah, like we can feel sad for ourselves and we can kind of put ourselves in that woe is me kind of, yeah, and that's okay. Like I feel like that's part of the process. But I also feel like it's not keeping yourself in that energy for a long time, and to make sure that it doesn't go to the next level, right? That it kind of puts you in a darker place. And standing up for yourself and fighting for yourself and saying, okay, not blaming yourself, like take ownership of the fact that, yeah, you know what, I saw some red flags and I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I accepted it. I accepted the situation. And I feel like it's taking ownership for it and saying, yeah, like I accepted. I accepted that situation to happen. But now moving forward, I'm going to be in control of things. Moving forward with this Page of Cups, it's like, I'm really going to tune into my emotions and my feelings, and I'm going to take control of the situation. These are the two that came flying out, is the Ace of Wands and the Sun card. Time to take control of the situation and take actions, right? And move forward and say, okay, this was a learning lesson for me, right? Saying, you know what? I'm not going to take this as a universe is working against me. I'm going to take this as a universe is working for me to show me that this situation was not the best situation for me. That I knew that this wasn't a good situation, but I chose to keep myself in this situation. But now, because this has happened and this person has really showed me who they are, I'm stepping up to the plate and I'm working on this energy, right? That I'm moving forward in a positive way, and I'm saying, okay, things happen, right? We all make mistakes. We all make choices that maybe we wish that we hadn't, or we had made different choices. But today is a new day, and you have that opportunity to fight and move forward, right? Fight and move forward. With the 5 of the feeling powerful, right? With all of those fists and that power that's going through there. Making better choices and decisions for yourself, definitely. With the 2 of Swords, looking at things in a different way, not ignoring things, and making things happen that are best for you with this Justice card, right? Making it happen for yourself, having justice for yourself. Not revenge, not getting back at this person, not like getting back at yourself and saying, oh, I deserved it. No, just this was a test. This was a learning lesson for you. This was something that, it's all about perspective and how you see things, right? We're all going to do things that we're going to be frustrated with ourselves and say, why did I let myself do that, right? Why did I let myself get in that situation? We say, okay, well, that's what happened. So how can I choose better moving forward, right? How can I choose better moving forward? How can I choose better moving forward, right? Empowering yourself. Empowering yourself, using these as lessons, right? Standing up for yourself. Don't let it get to you. I keep looking at that 3 of Swords. Don't let it get to you. These things are happening. We're going to have ups and downs in our life, right? Moth Spirit, surrender now. I feel like it's surrendering to this. It's not empowering this situation, but it's surrendering and saying, yeah, I made a mistake, or this person showed me who they were, or I feel let down, or it didn't. But I feel like you knew, because I feel that Capricorns are very intuitive and they can read people very well. And I feel like Capricorns can really feel the energy of other people. And I feel like Capricorns can really, you know more what's going on than what people know. And I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, we got to take ownership for the fact that I let this go on too long, right? And I feel like it's kind of, if you feel those signals or you feel those things going on, is to listen to those and to own up to the situation and say, yeah, like, it's okay. Like, I made a mistake, or I should have chose differently, or I let that get to me. But it's okay. I feel like this bottom one too. Oh, we have, all right, so we have culmination, completion, and renewal. All right. And then we, all right, completion and renewal. Like, this has come to an end. Okay. Completion, over, done, next, and renewal, right? And then we have grief, accepting loss, and I feel that goes back to the 3 of, this was a loss for you, and that's okay. We're going to have wins, we're going to have losses, and we're going to have times where it's just the same. And then we have time, right? Give yourself time to process, time to work through it, time to learn, time to grow, time to move on, time for change, time to do things differently moving forward, time to empower yourself with these two. This is what you need to focus on, is this Ace of Wands and this Sun card, right? This is what you need to focus on. Time to focus on that, opening up those new doors. Time to make things happen for yourself with the Justice card, right? Even though you feel that this is something that worked against you, it's really something that worked for you, because now I feel like you're going to look at things differently moving forward. We have meditation. I feel like it's not ignoring any of the things that you've gone through within this situation, and taking that time to process everything that you're going through with this three of Swords, and take that time for that grief, right? Take that time to process that and work through it, and say, I'm really sad that didn't work out, and I'm sad that, but say that you tried and you did your best, and now it's time to move on. Now it's time to open up those new doors with that Ace of Wands and that Sun card, right? Focus on that. Focus on where you're going to go from here, because now you're set free. Set yourself free. We have soulmates. So it could be new relationships coming in for you. It could be new connections coming in for you. We have one penguin with the lock and one penguin with the key. I also feel like it's making better choices and decisions for yourself. I feel like it's unlocking that key within yourself and saying, you know what? I need to listen to myself more. I need to listen to that internal feeling more. I need to be guided by those feelings more. That if I saw the red flags and I kept trying to say, no, it'll get better. We've all done that. We've all been there, and that's okay. And we just need to learn from those situations and then move forward. I love it. Prosperity begins. Love it. Perfect card to end. Prosperity begins, right? So with the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. I think there was another reading that I did within the last week that these two cards came out. I think it was the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I think it was. But anyways, for this reading, it's take those actions for prosperity to begin for yourself. Looking at it as, maybe that was like, look at it as like a weed that you just pulled out, and now that weed is gone, and now it's time to plant those seeds of prosperity. What does prosperity represent to you? What does that look like? What does that feel like to you, right? That feeling of abundance, that feeling of stability, that feeling of security. What does that represent for you in your life? Start making that happen, not holding on to what happened in the past, right? Working through those challenges, working through those relationships and that Three of Swords energy, right? Those times, if it's a relationship that you have with someone and they did something to hurt you and you want to continue with the relationship and you feel that it was just one of these things, but you generally have a good relationship and you're like, okay, this person did something that bothered me, and you want to have that conversation and work that out. Only you can choose and decide that. If you feel that this is something that you want to keep pursuing, then you need to, you have to express that, and you have to say, hey, this really bothered me, or this, not keeping that in, but being able to let that go, letting those emotions and feelings out with that Queen of Cups, and say that if there is something that has bothered you and you need to have that conversation with that person, to have that conversation. If you feel that it's a relationship that you have that soulmate connection with, that you have a strong connection with someone, and this is someone that is important to you in your life, and something has gone wrong, too many times we just sweep those things under the rug. We just sweep it under the rug. We say, oh, it's not going to bother. But you know what? It does build up. It builds up over time, and you start to build resentment towards that person. But it's almost like you have to realize that if you didn't speak up and you didn't say anything and you felt a certain way, then that's your responsibility to do that and to say that and to communicate with that person. Right? That if you're having that feeling and it's time to step up to the plate and bring that prosperity into this relationship. But if that situation has ended, start working on that prosperity that you want to bring in, right? That stability, that security, that abundance. Start bringing that into your life and saying, okay, when we work through that was a challenge, putting that behind us, and now we're moving forward, right? Shifting your focus from, instead of dwelling on this Three of Swords energy, start focusing on this Ace of Pentacles and this start focusing on this energy here. This is the energy that you need to focus on. This is where you need to shift it from, right? I'm not saying to ignore the other things or sweep them under the rug, but now it's like time to shift the focus. It's time, right? To shift your focus, let go. Tens are completions, Ten of Swords. Don't keep stabbing yourself with the situation. Don't keep reminding yourself. Like I used to do that. Definitely. I used to do that a lot. I used to remind myself of the negative things, of how people hurt me, or how things went wrong, or how things didn't work for me. And I would remind myself to keep myself in that negative feeling and feeling bad about myself and feeling less than myself. And I would keep reminding myself of those things to keep me in that place. That was my comfort zone, which I've talked about that before. Unfortunately, that was my comfort zone. And then when I realized that that's what I was doing, then I turned that around. My comfort zone is this. This is my comfort zone. So make this your comfort zone, right? That this is where you feel comfortable. These are the things that you are feeling comfortable with, and that you do things to keep you in that energy. Sometimes we just have to realize, what's really going on here and how can we learn and grow from it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. I really appreciate it if you're still hanging in there with me. I hope you have an amazing day. I think I already said that. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.